And we talked about this a couple of months ago that this was being tested out at Disneyland Paris. And Disney CFO Hugh Johnston recently said that dynamic pricing could be coming to Disney World and Disneyland in the near future.
Yeah, so the CFO, Hugh Johnston, said that at a, I think, Wells Fargo summit that the company was looking at pricing strategies across tickets, food, beverage, merchandise, etc., and that they were increasingly focused, I'm going to quote this, increasingly focused on yield in years without new capacity. Basically like, well, we're not growing in attendance. Let's just figure out how to make more money with the people that are coming. Is basically what he said.
That has been the MO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about, lightning lanes, VIP tours, other upcharge events, like they're really looking at that, but they're also looking at dynamic pricing, which what is dynamic pricing?
I mean, you can call it airline style pricing, but essentially it's kind of like surge pricing. It's cheaper the farther out you buy it versus waiting until it's closer. Let's say you're going to go on a trip in a year. Your cheapest ticket would be to buy it right now versus 6 months later or a week before you go.
Yeah.
As typically the price is only going to go up as essentially like availability is not there.
Yeah, and so they've been testing this in Disneyland Paris, and I guess it's going well. And he is basically alluding to the fact that they are considering bringing that over here to the U.S. at Disneyland and Disney World. So.
Yeah, we talked about this. This is nothing new. This was a rumor that this was going to roll out last summer.
But this is the first time we've heard something concrete.
Yes, this is the first time they've actually ever addressed it. They're going to do this. Make no mistake about it. They're going to do this. I was actually shocked, again, they didn't do it this past summer. But this is yet another way that they can. I mean, if you look at what they've been doing, which is attendance, obviously last quarter down 1%, but attendance, was the peak about in 2019. And then after COVID and the reopening, they changed a bunch of things, including pricing and charging for things they didn't used to charge for. This is yet another way of having price increases there without actually raising the prices, at least like with a press release. Typically like, we're raising prices across resort wide. They'll still do that, but dynamic pricing really allows you to incentivize people to buy early and you can basically just make more money based off of like inherent demand.
Right. It reflects like how busy they think the parks are going to be. So if you're going like Christmas Day and you're not going to buy the parks till the day before, hey, maybe you're going to pay like $250 or more for just one day, one park.
Right. Well,
and it's just going to keep adjusting itself.
And that's where people say, like, how would this change? It literally, at one point, they've even said it would be almost like a minute by minute or an hour by hour basis. So, like,
Yeesh.
if you wait to buy your ticket a day later, you might end up paying $5 more per ticket or $10 more per ticket. Like, that's how they're going to set this up. So I think it's yet another way to increase revenues, which is something you're going to be consistent that you're going to see them do across, especially in the theme parks, because the theme parks do make them the most money. And there's some questions in other areas. They talk about in the earnings report about the linear side is going, losing money quicker than they anticipated, which Comcast has the same problem, linear television networks. So they're just going to squeeze the parks more. And this is another way they're going to do it, on top of probably having yet another price increase next year. So it's going to make trip planning, like, it's going to be more difficult for travel agents and last minute travelers, undoubtedly. Like, you're going to pay more to do that.
For sure. And he said that this is probably not something you will see this year, but you may see in subsequent years. So it could be 2027.
They're prepping the audience that this is coming by even speaking about it now.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt that they will end up doing this. And it'll probably, I wouldn't be shocked if it bumps up the revenues 5% or more by doing stuff like this.
Yep.
And so it's just, and this is the thing I've talked about before. It's like all these things work until they don't. Listen, they're going to do stuff like this until they get the pushback that people aren't willing to pay these prices. Again, look at the Christmas parties. They raise all the prices on Halloween Christmas parties and those sell out.
Yeah.
So you can know next year those are going to go up too. So, from a business standpoint, it's definitely hard to fault them, because if I was selling a trinket and I kept raising the price and people kept paying it, you're like, well, okay. Until I raise it too much, I'm like, oh no, Oh, okay. I raised it too much. Now what do I do? That is a potential situation out there. We just don't know what the ceiling is.
Right.
But I think they're going to I think they are in search of finding the ceiling. I think that it's like their mission statement. Like, we need to figure out how much people are willing to pay and before they really push back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from a guest standpoint, obviously it sucks.
Oh, for sure.
Because everything in life has gotten more expensive. But
everything.
I do wonder. I mean, we're going on 5 years now of these like price increases very aggressively. You know, how high do they take these? And really, you got to think by the time the things that they're building come open. I mean, what are you looking at a day ticket price of?
I don't know.
I think by the time Cars opens, you're probably talking potentially in the mid 200s on a single day ticket.
Could be.
If you're talking
a couple years.
3 or 4 years down the road. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But don't be surprised when you hear about dynamic pricing because it is coming at some point.
Oh, yes.